Okay, this is how it's going to work. I'm gonna get a reference image that I have on my screen right now. I'm just going to be trying to build it to the best of my abilities. And then I'm gonna go and study. I'm gonna take detailed notes and I'm gonna come back to it and I'm gonna fix it and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like this amazing time-lapse transformation. It's gonna be awesome and everybody's gonna subscribe right when they see it. Or now. You could do it now. What, you don't trust me? You shouldn't trust me, actually. I never go through with anything that I do. So, okay, we're gonna have a deal, you and I. I'm gonna finish this video and this build, and then you're gonna subscribe, and we're gonna hold each other accountable, okay? Because you're gonna know when I don't finish it, and I'm also gonna know if you don't subscribe, because I get to see the analytics, okay? So you better keep your end of the deal, or I'm gonna... What the hell am I doing? Okay, so this is the house that I'm going to be building. Houses are like pretty simple, as opposed to like some kind of organic build. I'm realizing right now that there's absolutely no way I'm getting all of those little markings and details on here. I'm realizing this was a bad idea. Okay, I'm gonna start smart. I'm gonna just get some wool and whoops. And we're gonna just kind of lay out the general thing, like the building plan. I don't know what this is called. It's kind of like one big rectangle, right? And then the rectangle goes into... Oh god. It's basically a rectangle that then goes into a kind of like a square here. And I think I want to make like a table in the middle. So do I make it even or odd? I don't know how to make tables. Okay, whatever. Let's say this, right? And then it goes back into this square. So I'm gonna just build this back up. It's coming together. Now I think it's too big, but I'm also thinking like a person has to like actually be able to navigate this, and blocks are pretty big. So I think I'd rather like overshoot it than undershoot it. Okay. In terms of like block palette, right? It's mostly like one wood, and then it's like orange highlights. So I'm thinking like dark oak will probably work. And for the orange, acacia maybe? How do acacia trapdoors work, actually? Acacia trapdoor. That's not bad, yeah. Okay, dark oak and acacia, I can work with that. So we're gonna be using shelves for this kind of railing, and it goes all the way over here and connects to this. This is where the house proper starts. Because if I look at it from this perspective, yeah, this is absolutely too long. I do feel like I've seen similar things in houses before. That's fine, right? Like you don't have to do everything exactly how the reference does it if you like the outcome. And like being able to tell when to diverge from a reference is very important. I don't know how to do it, but I know it's important. Kind of like an elevated overhang. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, actually. I don't hate that. That's fine, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna need to move the entire roof a little bit. Gosh darn. Okay, well, time to get moving. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. I am losing it. Why can I not aim? This is dreadful. So fun fact about me, my first build in Minecraft, like many others, was a house. And the house looked exactly like this. And it went on from maybe like here. And then it just kind of descended into itself, and it was just a really big mine shaft. Which is like a very good contrast to Grian's first Minecraft build, which was a lighthouse and like an actual build. Because he, you know, he knows how to build. And honestly, it's not even like the building itself that's difficult. It's just like feeling motivated. Right? Because I'm looking at it and I'm just like, wow, this is like I don't like the scale that I picked. I don't like how it's looking. I don't like the shape. I don't like how many blocks I need to use. It's bad. It's real bad. But yeah, I think in general, my biggest issue right now that I'm feeling isn't like it's not going well. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's going well, but that's less of an issue than just like feeling the weight of like placing so many blocks and having no idea if they will look good or if they will look bad or if this video is even going to be getting finished. Like I wasn't kidding about that accountability deal, right? I genuinely I have no idea if this will see the light of day. I might just straight up give up. Something like this, right? I know how to build. That's cute. Okay. I can work with this. I can work with this. I think like there's definitely parts that I'm like. I think there's definitely parts that I like, and there's definitely parts that I dislike. And I think the parts that I dislike are more. there's more of them currently. Like I like the arch. I like the arch. And that's kind of the only thing that I like. Like I'm already feeling like a little exhausted building this just in creative. I can't even imagine what it would be like to build this in a survival world. It is like it is genuinely incredible like how YouTubers in general, but like Minecraft YouTubers, how much stamina they have to just do things like this. And okay, I know there's mods, I know there's Axiom and World Edit and so, but listen, I'm just a guy. I think the vast majority of people are not going to be using those mods, and I think it's important for even people who do use those mods to like see and be reminded of like, wow, how much my life is easier because I'm using that mod. And I think a lot of people, a lot of like the content creators that make builds like on Hermitcraft, they like specifically don't use quality of life stuff sometimes. I can't remember any concrete example, so that might just be misinformation, sorry, but I feel like there's some people who just think that either it like breaks immersion or it's just not too fun, which is admirable. I think like finding fun in placing 1200 stairs is very, it says more about the person than the activity, you know. It says like, wow, this person has gone insane. When making a Minecraft house, you don't really have to abide by the laws of physics. Okay, I'm liking this a lot more. That's cute. That's cute. I like this. Okay. Okay, I'm remotivated now. I think it's difficult to really overstate just how happy this little arch makes me. That's way too small. What do we think about this? I mean, it's not the worst, but it kind of feels like a little bit eye strainy. I think I'm not gonna be able to do anything better than this. Yeah, I think this is probably as good as it'll be. Maybe I want to make this. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't want to like overuse the oops. I don't want to overuse the shelves. But okay, that's not bad. That's cute, I think. Okay. That's cute. I like that. Okay. Maybe I don't. The more that I look at it, the more I hate it, honestly. Yeah, I'm not doing the back. Grian doesn't do the back either. Okay. Kind of like the last thing that I would be like, oh, I want to do is detailing, but I'm not really sure how I could even do that. Maybe like this? I mean, that's not bad. You can see what it's supposed to be, I think. Yeah, and you can do like these little swirls. Actually, I might do the swirls instead of the crosses. Because it's actually no, I don't like the swirl. Maybe hearts like this. That's innocent. Whoops, that's innocent, right? Little hearts. I think that could be fine. Does that help? Kind of looks like stars, which I'm also not opposed to. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It doesn't feel finished. Maybe like pale oak buttons could help a little bit. Just like to fill the space. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it could be worse. I think it could be better. It's coming together. In a way, it kind of just looks like a gingerbread house, honestly, which I'm fine with. That's also a vibe. I'm honestly not super motivated to finish any of this, so I mean, we have a front, right? We have a side, right? And then the back doesn't matter, and then the side, you can just kind of imagine that it's just the previous one, but mirrored. And that's what the other side looks like. Okay, well, I have kind of mixed feelings, but I think this is gonna be it for now, and I'm gonna go on my training arc, and then I'm gonna return and see what we can do with it. Okay. So, I'm now a bit wiser, a bit smarter. Here's the thing. Grian's videos, those build school videos, they're not bad, okay? I don't want to say they're bad. If you showed me the how to build roofs video in 2016, I would watch it and I would be amazed. I think he's a little bit of a better builder nowadays. So and I think Minecraft, like, as a game, it's kind of evolved a little bit, right? I think the average person is a lot better than they used to be. And okay. Okay. You know, seeing it again, there's some good stuff. There's some bad stuff. I think we can improve on this. So one of the things one of the actually useful things that I've learned is that you can use gradients to make things less visually dull, and more interesting, and also that you shouldn't really care too much about what a block is made of, and more just about the color. So, for example, basically all of these blocks are wood. I completely forgot that we have lots of like really nice copper things that I could use. Stuff like this, which could make things a lot more interesting. I do make fun of like the very first roof building video, but there are actually like some kind of strategies to make roofs less uniform, which I think could make things more interesting. So I want to use that. And yeah, I think the first thing that I want to start with is getting the doorway and the windows looking a little bit better, because I don't think this is quite good enough. It still feels way too monotone. So I'm gonna just make a little window. Maybe just something like this. So it's like a little bit, but not as big as here. And you get a nice kind of variety. I could work with that, right? Now something for the wood. We're gonna be trying to do like a gradient, and I've never done a gradient in my entire life. Is it like this maybe? Might be colorblind because this feels more warm. This is obviously lighter than this. I feel like that's, I guess, the midpoint. Even though I don't really love it being the midpoint. Like, this is a gradient for sure. This I don't like. This isn't right. So I'm thinking maybe like terracotta? I mean, I reckon this works, right? Then the actual dark oak log, I don't know where you would put it here, maybe? I do feel kind of colorblind right now. That's not the worst ever. I think what's throwing me off is this is kind of like desaturated and this is super saturated. What Grian said in his video is that he likes to make it so that the gradient goes from dark on the bottom to bright on the top, because it kind of leads your eye up and makes buildings look a little bit taller. I'm not sure if that's going to work for this building because it's kind of intentionally like slanted. But we'll see. Okay, I mean, I have the palette, and Grian also said that he likes to like visually like place down the palette in front of his build, so that's what I did here. I think I'm gonna start by changing the door and the window. It's different. It takes up very little space. And that would have been better on a smaller build. A build this big, I think, can kind of justify more space. Maybe something like this? I do think this is better. It's a little more diverse. Not too much has changed because I think the general outline was pretty good. But enough has changed that it's different. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. That already, I think, is looking a lot better. I think I'll just do it with stripped dark oak logs. Like so, and it will look a little fat, but I hope that if I just take the dark oak shelves, I can make it look a little more chunky, and it'll look a little less weird. I'll probably take some dark oak logs too, just to make it a little diverse. That works. That works. I don't love the stairs. It's so much more colorful than all the other woods, so it's difficult to work with. But I think if I don't think too much about it, it's fine. Oh, my things are oxidizing. I didn't. Whoops. That's not awful. That's not awful. Okay. Okay. I think maybe the pattern is kind of getting tiring though. Like the window crisscross. And okay, so we can use polished black stone to do a trim. I also am going to need to use a few slabs to try and make the roof less, I guess, uniform, give it a more interesting shape. Because when you're dealing with this big of a scale, it's like very easy for it to get like super monotonous. Although I do think just the trim is doing a lot right now. So maybe it won't be super necessary. We're just gonna be breaking in a few parts so that we can replace them with slabs instead of full stairs. That's a lot better now, I think. So, to answer the question of how difficult it is to build like Grian, the answer is it depends. I mean, it depends on if you think this is like at all accurate. I mean, this part's accurate, but if this is like at all comparable to his skill level, I don't think so. I think the primary factor isn't even like some kind of building skill. The primary factor is just the endurance and stamina required to build even just something small like this. Imagining building one of his mega bases, that's going to that is going to be an absolute challenge, right? A lot of the time we don't realize that these people basically have Minecraft as their full-time job, right? Their 9 to 5 is placing blocks. But I think both me and you realize that that title is kind of just to get you in the door. And the real point of this video is to showcase that even if you start with like a pretty bad build, you can learn and you can take notes and you can come back and you can make it something much, much better, right? And even if it's not going to be like an absolute masterpiece, I mean, I'm not saying this is a masterpiece at all. I think you can really tell the improvements that I've made and the lessons that I've learned. And I'm proud of what's come of this. And I think if you just sit down and do something comparable, you'll also be able to be very proud of yourself. So yeah, there's some very important lessons. Gradient's good. That's my first lesson. Semi-shape's bad. Vary it up wherever you can. Most importantly, never give up.